Good morning, Coach. Doug Feinberg, the AP. I'm curious, how much at this time of the year do you try to fix things from yesterday that didn't go well versus, okay, that's done, let's focus on next game, so to speak?
If there's some similarities, we try to fix it. There's some similarities in how our forwards have to defend the three-point line. But at this point, it's about just being able to play to the habits that you've created all season long. And when they go haywire, you're just trying to, in real time, make adjustments. And that's what it's about at this stage of the game. So not a whole lot of screaming or yelling, just kind of showing them what we need to do. I think they know. I think this moment will allow them to just rely on those habits.
Thank you so much. Coach Staley, Judy Gatson from WIS TV in Columbia. I actually have a question for you from one of the fans, Forrest Alton, who says you have 5 new starters, a rebuilding year according to some. Nobody could have predicted you would have been undefeated in the Elite 8, but here we are.
Including me.
When did you know that this team was special? Is there a particular game or moment that you remember?
I don't know. I don't allow this team to take me to categories because I just stay in real time with them. Because if you categorize them, it's hard. I mean, it's hard. I would say their competitiveness in practice is what really allowed me to go to a place where I knew that that they don't like to lose. And I have to credit our male practice squad, the highlighters. Like, the highlighters are really, really, really good. And although a lot of times they beat us in practice, a lot of times they beat us. So it makes it easier when we're able to just come out and play our competition, because the highlighters, no matter what the speed of our opponents are, they're much quicker. They do it at a much faster pace, so they've allowed us to kind of see the game a little slower if teams aren't as quick as our highlighters. So it's more about practice and preparation, and obviously we're getting the results from that preparation.
Coach Peyton Titus from the State newspaper. You talked yesterday about seeing in Raven's eyes that she wasn't going to let y'all lose that game, and there have been other players too who had clutch moments like Bree and Camila in close games. Does this team seem to have kind of a clutch gene, or do you think that sells the preparation short?
I think it's the competitive piece. Like they don't want to lose, and they have an uncanny way of figuring it out, player by player. They're not fazed by losing a 22-point lead or going down double digits. They're not fazed by it. It's unbelievable to see how they handle adverse situations all season long. So it's more about the character of this team than just pointing out a player having a good game and meeting the moment. So it's been a little bit of everybody. So it's the fabric of what they've created.
David Gloniger, Post and Courier. Dawn, you've had Malaysia now for close to a full year. How do you like her ability to bounce back after maybe her not usual performance? Because yesterday didn't go so well. Just how have you seen her respond from bad games previously?
Yeah, she was due, though. She was due because she's been playing at a really high level. And people, they scheme, and I do think Lay makes bad shots. So when you make bad shots, you create this. You create like I could take and make any shot, and sometimes when her bad shots don't go in, it creates a disadvantage on the other end. But we live with it. I mean, she's hit so many bad shots, and she's actually opened the game up for us. So we have to take those hits. She'll have to learn, but her bounce back game is pretty incredible. So I'm looking forward to see how she comes out against Oregon State. She was great in practice. I think she's got that, that spark in her eye, knowing that she wants to come out and play well.
Hey, Dawn, good morning. Howard Magdal at the Next. During the SEC tournament, there were a lot of questions celebrating you guys, and you talked about, gee, 50-50 games, they're not always going to go our way. And yesterday we were asking a lot of questions, talking about big moments your players came through, and you said, we blew a 20-point lead. And I use that as preface to say, is that a message for your team? Is that a message that you're trying to communicate? Or is there just like legitimate things you are worried about, even during the team, during the season where you've been undefeated and better than you were last year?
Yeah, I'm worried every day, every single day. I mean, they're still very young, and they've had young moments, they've had mature moments, they've had questionable moments. But we sit here where we are, and I don't lose sight of not giving them the credit that they deserve being in this place. We're a really good basketball team that can have some moments. So it's more for them, it's more for everybody to understand that we're young. And I don't, Indiana's a seasoned basketball team. Like I was afraid of the experience that they were bringing into the game. We're fortunate enough to just, get out to a big lead and a cushion, so to speak. But again, our team sometimes, when we have a cushion like that, we could take it to another level. We can open it up to 30 and 40, or we can lose it and take it down to 10 or lose the lead. And but they're never fazed by it. But we call it this. I mean, even our coaches were like, "Are you drinking the Kool-Aid?" And a lot of times we're saying we're sipping, but we're not going to take a full gulp. As to how good this team is.
Nancy Harmer, USA Today Sports. Don, Raven talked yesterday about not wanting to lose, not wanting to be, anyone be able to sag off like they did last year. How has her game and her mindset changed last year? And is there any one point that you can pinpoint where you saw a change, or where you saw that she'd really kind of, changed her mindset?
Well, I think with Raven, it's more of she's outwardly saying it. And she's not one that outwardly speaks about things like that. So obviously it hurt her. There's pain behind what she's saying, but she replaced it with work ethic and getting in the gym and trying to dispel that. Because it was an embarrassing moment for her. And all of social media, and they're young, they're into social media, so it was an embarrassing moment. But again, she was 50% from the floor. She was 3 for 6 in the game. So I just want her to replace all of that with your 50% from 3. If you can be 50% from 3, you're going to increase our chances of winning basketball games. So I think she's just growing up and maturing and finding her voice through an adverse situation.
Hey, Coach, Brett Taylor with KZ9 Sports in the back. This will be the third time you guys have faced Oregon State in the March Madness tournament. Coach Ruud kind of joked about it. Every time it seems like they make it to the tournament, they seem to face you guys. What's it like facing an Oregon State squad led by Coach Ruud, and what do you recall from the first 2 meetings in the March Madness tournament that you might take into this game tomorrow?
Well coached, real calculating and disciplined to plan the style of play that they want. Real, just discipline. They slow the game down at a pace that if you don't stay engaged, they're going to make you pay. They're pretty stingy when it comes to defending. So you have to be really disciplined. Like you got to out-discipline them on both sides of the basketball to win this game. And for the most part, in playing them, I thought we did a pretty good job with disrupting, and we're going to have to do a really good job disrupting as well. So I think we played them in 21 and then 2018, if I'm not mistaken. 14 too? Yeah. So thanks, Dave. It's our local media. They keep me right.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic, in the middle. Dawn, there was obviously a big storyline in the game before yours yesterday involving a nose ring. I was wondering if you were told at any point yesterday about the players on your team not wearing jewelry, or were you alerted to anything?
No, wasn't alerted to anything, but obviously our players are into social media. They saw what took place. It's strange because as much as during practice, we were in the beginning of the season, we were on, piercings alert. Hey, take that out. Hey, take that out. Take that out. Take that out. Don't come in here with that. Don't come in the weight room with that. I mean, I don't have any more stamina to fight that. I don't. And I guess the NCAA didn't have stamina to do it during the regular season, so they got enough to do it now. So, you got to adhere to the rules of real time. And if it cramps the player's style, you shouldn't have been wearing them in the first place. So I don't know. I don't want any distractions for our team. I want our team to be able to just ride the wave that they're on. If you're dealt with a little bit of adversity and taking out one of your piercings, just do it. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Hey, Coach Staley, Erica Ayala with CBS Sports. I want to go back to the Kool-Aid. You said y'all are sipping the Kool-Aid, not gulping it down. When it comes to you and the coaching staff, especially late in games, what is that balancing act of being able to give directive as a coaching staff versus making sure to keep that confidence in your team so that they can execute on the floor?
Well, I mean, we have a coaching staff full of different emotional types. I mean, Jolette's kind of calm and cool. Mary is just calm, just thoughtful. Khadijah is wild. Like she's our youthful energy. Coach Boyer is I mean, she's got stamina to talk about basketball and what's happening every single pass, not possession, pass. If it's not perfected in the way that her vision sees it, we hear about it, and it's almost too much. And then I think I meet the moment. Whatever the moment demands, I'm gonna be there. So I think it's a little bit of all of us, but our players have really embraced all of our personalities to the point where they know it's coming from a place of wanting us to be successful. So they don't really take us as, it's not stabbing their confidence. It's more of lifting them up and making sure that they're adhering to the habits that we're preaching.
Yes, and then we have the last one up here. Go ahead.
How you doing, Coach? Cherie Nicole, Essence Magazine. You guys obviously have had a phenomenal year, and I really love the balanced attack that you've had on the offensive and the defensive end, and also just the point spread. Thinking about this team being young and also thinking about in this tournament, every game's a new game. For you, without diving too much into your playbook and giving it away, is there one facet of this team's collectiveness and ability that you are still waiting to see, that if you are able to see it in this tourney, will change the game for you guys?
If we could put 4 quarters together, I think we'd be an incredible team to play against. I mean, we haven't done it yet. I mean, we put a great half together. We put three great quarters together. But it's a testament to the talent. Like, there are talented teams in our sport, and there aren't very many teams that can play 4 quarters of perfect basketball. And that's what we preach as coaches. That's what we want. We don't want a letdown. Knowing that you're going to have a letdown, it just can't be as big as it'll put you in the position of losing a basketball game. So it's just that part of it. Our ability to continue to move the ball offensively and find who should shoot it, and then to be lock and step and linked up defensively, where we're communicating, we're flying all over the place, but it's a disciplined execution of our game plan.
Last one, right here.
Michael Vopel, ESPN.com. Coach, you've played with and coached a lot of very passionate post players. The nature of that game, very physical, and it can get really emotional. How have you sort of worked with Camila in terms of you want that passion, but not letting it be a detriment at all to her?
I want more passionate Camila. Yesterday, I thought she put it all together on both sides of the basketball. I thought she was calculating. I thought she was determined. I thought she had a we're not losing today mentality. She's not always been that. Like, she's been smiling, Camila. She's been just kind of happy-go-lucky. I want her to flip it. I want her to be like Killer Miller. Like, I do. I want her to be that, and she was that for us. So, Camila's growing and maturing and trying to figure things out, trying to see if these are her last college days, whether she's going to take the step and go to the other side of playing professional basketball. Like, all of our players that are fortunate enough to be in that decision-making phase, it plays on you. It plays on you. It really does. And they all go through it, one step in, one step out. And I think she's enjoying this team, like really, really enjoying this team, so much that I think it's her last days. I think. But she's enjoying it so much that she probably doesn't want to let go because she's having so much fun with this team. So whatever she decides, we're going to be, I'm going to be happy for her because I know she's going to be a top pick. I know that her better days are ahead of her. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.